Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my channel if you've been here before, and welcome if you're new. My name is Sonia Sunhart, and I've started doing these YouTube channels to just to share some of my embodied wisdom. I am a certified Kundalini yoga teacher, a geographer, a mother, a sound healer, and I do many different things that are linked to, I guess you could say, healing and transformation. And as I've been going through my own inner journey, I've decided that perhaps this could help other people on their own journey of awakening or ascension or whatever else we want to call it. So welcome. And if you're coming back, hello to all my new subscribers and people who are continue to be interested in some of the teachings and things that I'm sharing here. And if you're not, if you don't resonate with me or with my voice or with the way I speak or any of that, that you can just switch off and go somewhere else. There's so many people now sharing and all of that. So that's what I feel like doing here. I just moved to my new place, which is still right now has a lot of boxes, and but I've been slowly unpacking and putting everything in its place, and that feels really good. And it's been pretty intense. So I don't know about you, but these eclipses for me have been not only I was in the middle of moving of changing places, and I'm a little bit like cats, when they change their places, they need a little bit of time to adapt to their new surroundings, even though this house and this area is so beautiful, and it's so it's really in nature. And I've been going out every day for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and in just walking and discovering the area, and hearing the wind and the trees and the birds. And it's just been really, really beautiful. And I really look forward to bringing people here. This is why I also decided to move here. Is it's called the Regeneration Oasis, and it's a place to connect to your own nature through nature. I'm also into permaculture and gardening. That's actually been my passion for the past like 15 years. And I've been an activist for organic agriculture for probably a dozen years. And that's actually what brought me into the whole community activism and all that. I joined a collective garden in my neighborhood. Yeah, probably about a decade ago. And when I found out about, these mega agricultural companies such as Monsanto and Syngenta, I became extremely angry, first of all, and I just couldn't believe that these things were happening, and I had to do something about that. So I uh, I just joined. I looked up community organizations, and I joined a collective there, and it really changed my life, and it brought my awareness and my focus into the whole organic agriculture movement. And so I've been part of that, and that brought me to this area actually, because I'm part of a food collective here. And that's something I think that really we should be all looking at, is how we get our food, what food we eat, where it comes from, how the animals and how the plants are treated, and how that affects the soil. So yeah, that's, as I mentioned, I'm also a geographer, and so we study a lot of the natural ecosystems, the water systems, hydrosphere, ionosphere, biosphere, all of the different spheres that exist. So I, for me, spirituality is also about being very grounded, and having, your roots, um, feeling like you have a sense of place where you belong, and you connect with your environment, and not only with the people in your environment, but also with your surroundings, with your plants. And I adopted these plants. Actually, they they came with the house. They were so big that the owners decided to leave them. So I've got some beautiful house plants now, and I'm also adopting other plants that another person is giving me. So there's a lot of plants here, but that's okay. It gives a lot of chlorophyll in the air and purifies, and also their presence is especially in the middle of winter, it's really nice to have some greenery, and my cat's usually sleeping there in that pot, lying in the soil, so that's where she likes to sleep. Um, so yeah, I'm just talking away about where I'm at with what's going on in my own ascension timeline, I guess. What I'm feeling a lot is that this is really an organic process, and that we're all living it individually, but collectively as well. And I just finished listening. I'm going to link it underneath, but some of you might know Sandra Walters, who is kind of a grid worker, and she does prayers, and she's been doing this for many years. She lives in Sedona, and she connects with, different beings, and she's really connected on that level. And I always find it fascinating how some people have dedicated their whole lives to this, and a lot of people are coming to learn from them, and it's becoming, something that, like, maybe 6 or 8 years ago was very considered uh, really strange, is becoming more and more normal now. I guess, after 2012, we're really in that ascension timeline. And hi, love light shining. Hey, you. I'm just saying how I just unpacked a couple of days ago from my move. I'm still unpacking. Um, but yeah, it's been nice to connect with different people, new people, and how we're all kind of following a lot of the same information, whether it's a Luna Ash or Magenta Pixie or Feel Good, or, as I said, Sandra Walters, and there's so many. Um, and it's just great. It's like we're part of this together, and that's what I want to create here, co-create in this space called the Regeneration Oasis. Um, yeah, no fun. Glad that you're done. Yeah, it was big. It was a big move, and we're in between eclipses too. We had a solar eclipse on the 5th, and now we're having another. This is going to be a full moon eclipse on the 21st in Leo, which is, the whole sign of fire and individuality, and also the brave heart and all that. So it's going to be great. I think I felt maybe because of the move and the transformation, it's just whew, I went through kind of a difficult time, a moment yesterday, 2 days ago. Just a bit of a meltdown. Just I felt like I was releasing so much from my past that I almost it was I guess that's the ego holding on to the old patterns and the old ways, and somehow I just went through, and thankfully I have a beautiful beloved friend, Mark, who I was able to connect with and share. And I think it's so important in these times, we also to have friends, brothers, sisters, whoever you're close to that can understand you energetically and can, like, support you and soothe you, because even though you're